Hello. Today I thought I'd make a video on how important friendships can be. Right now I'm chilling at a park, but it's kind of next to the road, so ignore the background. My friends have got me through so much stuff, and I just love them. I just love them so much, and I feel like a lot of times we'd get into a frivolous argument, and it doesn't matter how long we known each other. The argument could be over something so silly, and then we would just almost stop being friends. There's been times where me and my friends have just had a moment, a little outbreak, and man, I'm thinking about all the times where we would have stopped being friends, and we're still friends to this day. And I just really want to talk about the importance of friendships, because I feel a lot of times we don't take a moment to really think about stuff like that when we're angry or when we're in a moment. Friends, family, even strangers. There has been times where I've went up to a place that I was unfamiliar with, and a stranger came up to me, and because we ended up talking, we had a nice bond and we had a really, really good time together. And I never saw that person again for the rest of my life. That person's living their life, and it was all positive, okay? So it's okay for relationships to end that were good, but it also kind of depends. You know what I mean? We can only be with someone for so long. There's just certain phases in our life where people just end up leaving, and that's completely okay as well. I spend a lot of time trying to balance both work and friendship, and I'm not even gonna lie, it's a little bit of a hassle. I love spending time with my friends. I'll give you an example. The other day I got upset at my friend, bless his soul, but I got really pissed at him. And the reason why I got mad at him was because me and him just had different views on things. So I was sharing some of my beliefs, and then he was telling me his beliefs. Basically, they were contradicting. And I just ended up getting upset because I was like, you know what, dog, you're disrespecting me, and I'm reconsidering our friendship. In the back of my head, I was just pissed. And I know this is my friend. I know my friend says annoying shit. I know this is my friend. I know I love my friend, but I was so in the heat of the moment. I was just you know what? Who are you? Who are you now? And this and that. We all be like that, and it's completely okay. My other friend was here. There's been times where she's been upset at this friend, and I will tell her to reconsider it and take a moment to breathe and think on it, and we will discuss our feelings. We will collaborate and talk out our feelings. So while we're going through this little discussion, he reassured me that I don't disrespect your belief. I just don't believe in it, and I'm not hating on you. That shit blew over my head. It blew completely over my head because once again, I was pissed. My friend understood my side, and she also understood his side. So she was kind of the median. A lot of times when my friends tend to argue, I tend to be the median. But this particular time, my friend had stepped up, and she was telling me you know him, that's your friend, you guys are having this argument, and he did say that he does respect your things. And a lot of times these arguments, it don't even be the friend, really. It just be all the beliefs and all the lies and all the other stuff somebody has projected onto you. Then when your friend does something similar, then you're pissed because you think your friend's gonna do that. So once I calmed down and took a moment to really figure out where the frustration was truly coming from, and she took a moment to tell me that my feelings are important, and she also took a moment to express to me that, hey, at the end of the day, we're having this argument, but really that shouldn't stop our friendship. We really friends, and our feelings matter, And he did say that he wasn't, ragging on me, and he wasn't trying to disrespect anything that I believe in at all. The main thing of that argument that had me most annoyed, and I'm going to keep it real because this happens with a lot of us. A lot of similar things of people like doubting my beliefs or putting projections or like whatever the heck. That was the main reason why I was getting frustrated. And it's like, it's okay for people to have their belief. There's nothing wrong with anybody having a belief. There's nothing wrong with people sharing a belief. And there's nothing wrong with you doing what makes you happy, or just like what you know or what you believe is right, And I was just so hot-headed at the time because like I normally don't share my feelings. Like I really want to start this channel to learn to be more vulnerable. My friend was calming me down and she was telling me, your feelings do matter. She was giving me reassurance. And it's like, as a person that constantly gives reassurance to others, because I know how it feels to not have reassurance, her reassuring me, it felt like a trap. Like, I don't know, it felt like a setup. But that's not necessarily true at all, because she's just letting me know that I do matter, I am important. And they had said some funny things to like brighten up my mood, and I realized that like all of that was so childish. Like, it was so childish. And I told my friends, like, I love you guys, and I shared with them the reasons why I feel that way, and it wasn't because of them. It was just, like I said, past traumas or past things that had happened before. She calmed me down. And as she was calming me down, I couldn't help but see, like, a little version of me that wasn't, like, there in the moment, Me, if I was seeing a situation and they were arguing, the way she handled it was how I would have handled it. And I'm just like, wow, me being mad at my friends is like me being mad at me, because my friends are me and I am my friends. You know what I mean? My family is me and I am my family. The strangers that came into my life and we shared those times with, I am little versions of them. And like, it wasn't until I got older and like hanging out with more people, then I started to realize we're all just like one big old little blob of one another, and it's really pretty. It's really pretty to like see people be themselves, share their creative things, Socializing is really, really bomb for me because I just love going and seeing like different perspectives and different point of views of like everybody. Everybody always has something fun or interesting that makes them them. Oh, you like to go surfboarding, that's bomb. You like rock climbing. You like driving fast cars. Oh, you're really good at playing the piano. You like playing video games. You're good at cooking. You're good at doing hair. Like, I don't know. You're good at styling. There's so many cool things that like people have to offer. And there's been times where I wanted to close myself off from people and things and places. And it's like, every time I take a moment to do that, there's always a friend, a stranger, or an event that comes up, and I decide to take the benefit of the doubt, and like it never goes bad. And the ones that do go bad, I had fun in the beginning and we still had a relationship. I'm still a part of that person. Now, I may not be every parts of those people, but whatever I liked out of them, it then took part of me. You know what I mean? Whatever they shared that wowed me then became parts of me. Whatever I shared that wowed them then became parts of them. So I think it's really important to pay attention to your relationships. If you haven't talked to some friends that you're close with and you want to get together with them, it really shouldn't be a problem, because those are your friends. You love them, your family members, okay, cousins, long lost people you haven't talked with. You feel like you want to hang out with them and you want to do things with them, you want to still know them, if there's still an opportunity, do it. Or just go out and meet people. There's people everywhere. And the best way that I learn how to socialize, because I'm able to talk to anybody, and it's really not too hard. You just go up to someone, and I normally like finding something that they're wearing or some type of like aesthetic or vibe that they're giving off, and I'll go and I'll compliment them. There'll be some people, they have nice shirts, they have nice shoes, or they'll have bracelets, and I'll be like, you know what? We have something kind of in common. I feel like me and this person will have a good bond. And I'll come up, hey, how's it going? I want to say that I like your bracelets. That shit is really cool. You got that shit on. Or, hey, I really like your shirt. Like, that shirt is nice. Come here, let me see it a little bit closer. Because sometimes people wear a shirt, and I like shirts with like details. Like, call me weird or annoying or whatever. I like details. So people have like an all black shirt, right? But it has like these little grooves or like lines or imprints, and it's not necessarily a design, it's more so just like a little rivet or pattern. I think that shit's cool. Or I'll be like looking out for people that roller skate, because they wear Vans and they wear Converse. So I'll be looking at people's shoes and I'll be like, okay, you got on some Vans. Do you roller skate? Do you skate? You know, because I roller skate. I go and I try to find like some type of vibe that I'm already into, or even try to find a random vibe. There's been strangers. Okay, I'm gonna tell you guys another story. I was at the beach. It was 4th of July 2 years ago. Okay, and basically while I was at the beach, I was arguing with my ex at the time. And I don't remember what the fuck we were arguing about, but I do remember how I told him, I'm going to get off the phone and you're not going to ruin my day. I'm going to go to this beach like I planned, and I'm either going to go by myself and have fun, or I'm going to find somebody to have fun with. I remember being broke, and I was supposed to go into work that day, and I felt bad not going into work. I was like, dude, I'm not doing it. I'm not going into work. Why would I go into work? No. I never get to go to the beach for nighttime. And I was thinking about me, because it's important to think about you sometimes when you're in a bad situation. That's why it's important to have friends that you like, because if you have friends that you don't like, you're going to become all those parts of what you don't like. You know what I mean? That's why it's important to like break the bond. So I ended up going down to where the roller skating rink was at. I barely go near there. I'll just roller skate around by myself, but I was feeling bold. I went over there to the roller skating ring and I was skating, and there's a whole bunch of people like taking photos and stuff, and I ended up meeting like this cool girl and this cool guy. She was dancing on her skates and she was like, hey, how's it going? And I'm like, hey, what's up? And she's all like, I'm trying to see what's up with you. And so I was like, we should skate together, because that's always been a thing of mine. I love roller skating, and I never like got a chance to really like skate with someone and like dance skate. And so now I'm opening up new opportunities for me, because I just took the step by hanging up the call with that negative thing and then going to find something better to do. Me and her had danced on skates, and then she had knew this other guy. He also be on his skates. He was pretty cool. While I was skating here, so like, can I get a video of you to send to you so you can see how beautiful you look? At this particular time, I was so pissed, and I didn't think that anybody would even like want to put any attention towards me. So the fact that he like offered that was so nice, because I didn't feel like asking anybody. I just wanted to be like, you know, I'm gonna just chill. I have videos now of like me and her skating, you know, me skating alone, and that made that day memorable. And I still know those people. We follow each other on Instagram, but we never talked. We never seen each other after that day. We still like each other's posts and everything. We just never hung out again. And then it gets better. While I was skating, there was this older guy. I don't know if he had on a shirt or not. I don't know. But he had on like shorts. He had on some black skates. And he had on a hat. And me and him were hitting this corner. And he had busted to turn backwards. And I was right in front of him. And I was like, hey, you got some moves. And then the guy was like, oh, yeah, you really think? And I was like, yeah, you got some fucking moves. And me and him started talking. And I was like, yeah, I like going to the beach. And I just told him the things that I like to do, my aspirations, and like what I like to do at the beach. I go to the beach and I buy crystals. And I'm like, this is my first time here for the 4th of July. I'm going to be here all day. So that way I could see the fireworks and I could see the sun go down. You know what I mean? Because every time it's time to go to work, I don't get a chance to see the end of like the beach. I only get to see the morning time or like in the afternoon. Don't get me wrong. Those times are beautiful, but I would love to see the nighttime. Me and him were talking. I'm just all like, hey, I like going to get food here, and then I'll go get some crystals. And I told him, would he like to like maybe come with me, and I show him my crystal spots, and he buys me some jewelry, and then we could have like matching jewelry sets, and that'll be fun. I took him to the people that I like to go to. These people I have rapport with. These are my friends at the beach. Because I met this guy, and I got rid of that negativity, and we were both doing a hobby that I liked. We roller skated over to the people that basically made me a part of who I am. My crystal people. I went to this girl that's on the end. So when you go to Venice Beach, on the first part of Venice Beach, there's this girl and she's in this shop. I've been knowing her for a really, really long time, and she has really, really bomb crystals. Sadly, the crystals that I'm wearing, they did not come from her because the ones that I had have broken, and I haven't went back to buy some more. And then there's a person that's right next to her. We went to both of those shops. He let me buy what I wanted. And then he said that he knew this food place. So we roller skated over to the food place, and man, I never thought I would hang out with a guy like this. Like, not in a bad way, but this guy was a white guy. He was an older guy. And I don't know, I just feel a little bit uncomfortable around white men sometimes, because they're a little bit of a wild card, a little bit, but like so am I. And they're normally tons of fun. So it's like all of this like built up tension I have is unnecessary. The guy just wanted to like enjoy the time with me. So we went over to this food place that's around the corner. So it wasn't on the boardwalk itself, it was on the side. We ate there, and there was like this nice fruit drink that I had. And after that we went back to the beach. He got a necklace from the girl, and then he bought me these pants that I'm wearing today, actually. These pants that I'm wearing today, I don't know if you guys could see them. He bought me these pants, and they're my favorite pairs of pants when it comes to like going out. After meeting that guy, he told me about how he does solar panels and how Netflix offered him stuff for shows, and all sorts of great things were happening to him. And, it was just a joy to hear him speak. He had so many stories, and he was a very interesting person. It's like, not only did he give me the opportunity that I wanted and asked for, he also helped me see new perceptions. Hey, everybody is different. Everybody's going to look different. And that person could have been a beautiful memory, a beautiful moment, a beautiful experience, a beautiful enlightenment process. You know what I mean? But you could let it pass. You could have just let that shit pass. That's why it is important to go and make these bonds. You never know who you're going to meet. 2-3 days after that, me and him were hanging out. He took me to this trail. He filled up my gas tank. He took me out to Whole Foods so we could eat some like fresh food. And we went to a trail in Malibu. and it was gorgeous. And I didn't have that much time though, because like I said, I normally have to work. That guy was nice. And the reason why we stopped talking was because he wanted me to go and be on his boat. And once he saw I was doing my own thing, we kind of just parted ways. It wasn't no conflict, nothing negative. We just parted ways, you know? And I kind of stopped going to the beach as often as I used to. I don't go to Venice to like buy stuff as much as I used to. Like I would go there and have literally like $300, $400 and go through each one of the shops. Like I fucking love them, and I love the crystals, the people, the energy. There's been so much fun stuff that happened at that beach, you know, and it's just because every time I decided to go, I took that leap of faith of like going to socialize and going to like meet somebody and seeing what they have going on, or even just accidentally finding somebody. One time I was taking pictures with this snake, or no, I was holding a snake, 2 snakes actually. There's this guy, he has a python down the way, but there's the other guy, he had 2 pythons. So one was 12 inches and one was 14. They had him on my neck, but I didn't have enough money to like tip him or like pay him. So I just spent it all on my crystals. I just spent it all. This random girl comes up. But I swear I thought I knew her. I thought she was the girl that had like gave me my waist beads. This was a random lady. And she was like, "You are so beautiful. Let me take these pictures for you. Where is your phone?" And I pulled out my phone and she took these pictures for me. And man, now I have pictures of me holding a snake. And I didn't even expect to have that, just because the person was courteous. And it's like, these acts of kindness, they really do go a long way. They go a long way into making you who you are, what you want to become. And they help give you the motivation and adrenaline and the courage to do what you want to do with positivity. As long as you stay optimistic and you look for opportunities, they will come. Opportunities are everywhere. Now, I'm not saying just go and look for everything. Look for a place that you like. Look for an area that you know people do things that you like. I'm sorry, I heard like a bee and I got scared. It's important. It's important if you want to like figure out who you are and you want to figure out what you want to do and what you become. My friends have taught me so much discipline, and I've taught them so much discipline, and there's more to keep going. No, our friendship is not going to be perfect. There's going to be some arguments, but the most important thing is we can share our feelings, we can share our thoughts comfortably, and we could collaborate. And that's just what makes everything golden. The fact that you are opening yourself and you're allowing yourself to do this new and exciting thing, it opens up the door to so many possibilities. When you open up your mind and you let go of these fears and what if, just go find out. If it's not that big of a risk and you just want to do it and you have your plan straight, and as long as you stay on that priority, I promise you, it will always be rewarding. This comes from a girl that has literally driven all across the U.S., gotten their car into some predicaments too. Second engine. I have a second engine on my car. This isn't even the first engine that is on my car. One time I was coming from Vegas. I was like 60 miles out heading to Cali. My time belt. I drove so many miles I didn't pay attention to my time belt, and my time belt had snapped. And oh my goodness, I called up everybody. It was my friends and my family. And there was a relationship that I had to fix with one of my friends because I love her so much. I went to Florida with her, and there was just like this little dispute that we had. And I don't think we should have this dispute, you know. And I called her and we talked things out. Then I had called another one of my close friends. He's always been there for me, but it's like I've always been scared to be vulnerable and let him know that I need help. And I let him know, and then he was calling his people. I called my mom. She was calling my people. And it's just like everybody was in this big fiasco. And then I ended up calling my ex too. I called my ex and I asked my ex for help, and my ex was on some bullshit. And it's like, there were some things that I needed to see, and there are some other things that I needed to see and that I needed to change. And it's like, family members that I kind of wasn't cool with, that pissed me off, they helped me anyways. You know what I mean? They helped me get out of that bind. My friends were helping me get out of that bind. And then I was also on the phone call with a couple of my friends that I play games with. They were keeping me calm. It took a team of 10 people. But it's like, it wouldn't have been able to happen if we all didn't get together, and if I didn't open up my mouth and we all didn't collaborate, if we didn't work together. So it's like, as long as you keep good communication and you keep your heart open and you just wish for the better and you expect the better to come, it will come. It will come. And that's why it's important to focus on your relationships and keep doing the things that make you happy. Keep doing the things that make you happy till you get to the place that you want to be. And your friends and strangers and family are the first steps to that. Because if you want to go anywhere in life, you're not going to go by yourself. All these people that are like successful and they're like, yeah, I did this shit by myself. No, they didn't. They burned some people along the way to get to where they were at. They had fought some challenges with some people to get to where they're at. Trust me, it was not handed to them. Nothing can be handed to you. It is all based on right place, right time, right people. But then that time could be any time. So always be open. There's been times where I've had opportunities given to me at gas stations, opportunities given to me at work, all sorts of really, really cool things that most people wouldn't even think about doing because they're just all like, no. It's important to open up your mind. It's important on who you hang out with, because remember, you do become parts of them. You do. So if you're hanging around someone and you know this is not the person you want to become, that could just be an example of a person that you don't want to become, so you can make sure you don't be that person, you know? So I'm not saying if you have a friendship or relationship and it's a person that you don't want to become, that it was necessarily a useless relationship. Those relationships are just as important. My mom would tell me all the time, you know, your family is important, and it's important for you to know them so you can know who you are. So I'm thinking me to know them because like they my family and you know I'm them. No, for me to know the type of person that they are so I can know the type of person that I want to become. So if I see the things I don't like and that I don't want to become, now I know, so that way I won't become those things and stay those things. You know what I mean? So relationships are important, guys. Even the tiny ones, even the itty bitty conversations that you have with any human being, animal, plant, fucking insects, spiders, whatever the heck, the sun, the moon, the mountains, whatever the heck, it's all important. It's all important. Something for your mind.